Make sure everything else is working here. Anyone who has not seen this so far, I am actually going to replay the opening because it does give a sense of what is actually going on. Oops. Okay, let's try it again. Clicked out of the screen since I had to play window mode. Oops. There we go. So, starting a new character. Search out minimum 9s, which he starts out as a fighter. Last session having picked up. So, strength 9 is the minimum for a fighter, but what you want to, well, what I'm going to be doing for this playthrough is giving him, before I go there, one thing to cover is the exceptional strength zone. You can throw a ton of points into that, get his strength up. You can hold, I think it's, but you got the book right here to look at. It's strength, I think it was 400 some. And exceptional strength, maxed right there. You can hold Our max press is 480 pounds. Weight allowance is 335. Now that, given where I'm actually going to be starting it, right there. Max weight allowance is 35 pounds. Chance to bend bars off gates, 1%. No damage adjustments. Hit probability, no modifiers, just normal. His physical stats are actually going to stay low to start. Let's see, tells us what's the next one. 6 or 7. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. Basically, I'm going for dialogue right here, and possibly going into Wizard when I get the chance. Means his hit points are going to be very low. His armor class is based. This is based on Thaco, so you'll be seeing some. Actually, I'm not sure how that would really play out for this, because it would kind of show about the same as what the 3rd edition on are, because it does actually no. It would actually be going down. Just you still have to roll about the same. So I'm gonna do one thing here before I hit accept. Yeah, I actually should have set this up beforehand. Yeah, they like remembering something that you should have done right away once you've gotten started. Be there, I think. Just give me my. Yeah, I'll worry about it later. Let's get started.
Hey, Chief. You okay? You playing corpse or you putting the blinds on the dusties? I thought you were a deader for sure.
It'd be nice if a lot more of the dialogue had been voiced, but let's see. Who am I? How about you start? Who are you? That would be kind of the appropriate response for him, but can't remember your name, huh? Well, next time you spend a night in this burg, go easy on the bellman. Name's Morty. I'm trapped in here too. And since you haven't had the time to get your legs yet, there's a chant. Here's the chant. I've tried all the doors in this room. It's locked higher than a chastity belt. Morty has a bit of a personality, shall we say? So locked in. Let's call the mortuary. It's a big black structure with all the architectural charm of a pregnant spider. Actually, yes, kinda. Otherwise, he wouldn't have ended up there. Not from where I'm standing. You got scars of play, though. Looks like some Burke painted you with a knife. All the more reason to give this place the laugh before whoever carved you up comes back to finish the job. Well, the carvings on your chest aren't too bad. But the ones on your back, Morty pauses, say it looks like you got a whole tattoo gallery on your back, Chief. Spells out something. Yeah, looks like you come with directions. Morty clears his throat. For what it is being a floating skull. Let's see, it starts with... I know you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of Styx wash, but you need to center yourself. Among your positions is a journal that will shed some light on the dark of the matter. Frood can fill you in on the rest of the chant, if he's not in the dead book already. Yeah, there's a bit more. Morty pauses. Let's see, it goes on. Don't lose the journal or we'll be up to Styx again. And whatever you do, do not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you, read the journal, and then find Frood. And journal's been lost. No, you're restricted to skins when you arrived here. Besides, looks like you got enough of a journal pen on your body. Nobody I know, but then again, I don't know many people. Still, some Burke's gotta know where to find Frood. And once we get out of here, that is. How do we get out of here? Well, all the doors are locked, so we'll need the key. Chances are one of the walking corpses in this room has it. Yeah, the mortuary keepers use dead bodies as cheap labor. The corpses are dumb as stones, but they're harmless, and won't attack unless you attack first. I'm not going to be trying to pick a fight straight away. Wait, you think it's going to hurt their feelings? They're dead. But if you want a bright side to this, if you kill them, at least they'll have a rest before the keepers raise them up to work again. Well, before you do, arm yourself first. I think there's a scalpel on one of the shelves around here. One last thing. Those corpses are as slow as molasses, but getting punched by one of them is like being kissed by a battering ram. If you start getting an edge on you, remember you can run, and they can't. Use it to keep some distance if you need to recover. And I had played this a bit before, a while ago actually, so run should
I'm gone.
Should be set, not is set. Got the bandages here. And options. Gameplay. Always run. There we go. It should have been checked initially, but I guess I forgot. Assisting corpses. And there's a scalpel. Alright, you found a scalpel. Now go get those corpses and don't worry. I'll stay back and provide valuable tactical advice. Maybe you could help? I will be helping you. Good advice is hard to come by. Me, I'm a romantic, not a soldier. I just get in the way. Do I want to threaten you or not? Alright, I'll help you. Glad we understand each other. Time to introduce these corpses to second death then. Alright, so... used to be a radial, but... fist. Okay.
All right.
Searching. Oh, I should have looked at the other guy too. I forgot about that. Alright. Corpse's head rolls back and forth on his shoulders. Judging from the angle of the neck, looks like this man may have been hanged. Number 825 has been painted on the side of his head. And examine the corpse. Not carrying anything but his hand heavily bandaged. Examine him first, but let's see. This corpse stops and stares blankly as you approach. The number 782 is carved on his forehead. His lips have been stitched shut. Faint smell of formaldehyde emanates from the body. He's got the key in his left hand. So the forefinger locked around in a death grip. So you need to hack the corpse hand off to free the key. Yeah. I should have examined that body because there are actually clues around here to certain things that are in the area. Something I forgot. Unfortunately, I don't think that specific one had anything important. No advice, Chief. I keep it quiet from here on. No need to put any more corpses in the dead book than necessary. Especially the femmes. He's happy to have a personality here. Plus, killing them might draw the caretakers here. They call themselves dustmen. You can't miss them. They have an obsession with black and rigor mortis of the face. They're an adult bunch of ghoulish death worshippers. They believe everybody should die. Sooner better than later. Aren't you listening? I said the Dusties believe everybody has got to die. Sooner better than later. You think the corpses you've seen are happier in the dead book than out of it? Death visits plain every day, Chief. These shamblers are all that's left of the poor sods who hold their bodies to the caretakers after death. What, are you serious? Look, Chief, those dead chits are the last chance for a couple of hardy bashers like us. We need to be chivalrous. No hacking it off of keys, no lopping the limbs off, and things like that. They're dead, we're dead. Yeah. Morty. Chief, we already got an opening line with these limping ladies. We've all died at least once, we'll have something to talk about. They'll appreciate men of our kind with our kind of death experience. Well, alright, you might not be dead, but I am. And from where I'm standing, I wouldn't mind sharing a coffin with some of these fine, sinewy cadavers I see here. Maury starts clacking his teeth as if in anticipation. Of course, the caretakers would have to part with them first, and that's not likely. That just brings it back around. So. Look, Chief, it's obvious you're still a little addled after your kiss with death. So I got two bits of advice for you. One, if you got questions, ask me all. Alright. Second, if you're half as forgetful as you seem to be, start writing stuff down. Whether you come across something that might be important, jot it down so you don't forget. Start a new one then, Chief. No loss. There's plenty of parchment and ink around here. I'll last you. Use it to keep track of your movements. If you ever start getting cloudy on important things like who you are, or more importantly, who I am, use it to refresh your memory.
Updated my journal.
Shaman corpse gazes at you with vacant eyes. Her skin is paper thin, almost wispy. It's like someone draped a sheet of cobwebs across your frame. Number 594 has been scratched onto her forehead with a charcoal pencil. I am not going to be hitting on the zombies. You see the way she was looking at me? Huh? You see that? The way she was following the curve of my occipital bone. What are you, blind? She was scouting me out. It was shameless the way she wanted me. Yeah, whatever. When you've been dead as long as I have, you know the signals. They may be too subtle for you to pick up on, but that's why I'll be spending my nights with some luscious, recently dead chit. While you're standing around going, huh? What's going on? Where's my memories? Whatever. It's around here. Looks like it's been caved in with a club. She has number 626. Nothing really important there. The corpse is lowering along a triangular path. Once it reaches one of the corners of the triangle, it pauses and turns and staggers towards the next corner. It has 965 tattooed on the side of its skull. As you approach, it halts and stares at you. The corpse stares at you blindly.
What's up? Sure, why not?
Put over here.
Done.
Make sure I select both of them. This corpse is shuffling from slab to slab, bandaging the corpses lying there. Number 396 carved in his left temple, and his lips are stitched closed. You notice the corpse is carrying a roll of bandages in his hand. The bandages look usable. Sneak your hand out and take a roll of bandages from the corpse's hand. The corpse doesn't even seem to notice and continues going through the motion of bandaging bodies.
All right.
There. And we'll get to that one in a moment. Nope, nothing in the corner. Talking to him in just a moment. I've already looked at that guy. So this one. The smell of formaldehyde emanating from this corpse is particularly strong. It smells like it was applied recently. And with good reason. This corpse appears to be in an advanced stage of decay. The jaw is missing, and some of the flesh has slid out of her skull, revealing the number 1072 chiseled into the bone. The corpse does not respond to your voice. The fact that it has no jaw may have something to do with it. Either that or it simply has nothing to say. Number 1201 has been inked on the forehead of this corpse, and the ink has run down its eyes, cheeks, and jaw. As you follow the ink tears down the corpse's face, you notice that it has run into the stitches sealing the corpse's lips, and has caught what looks like the corner of a note stuck in the corpse's mouth. I have to cut it out. The note has mingled with the ichor in the zombie's mouth. If you try to pull the paper out through the cross stitches, it would tear the paper to shreds. Hacking up the corpse to get it looks like it will destroy the note. You need to find a delicate way to remove the stitches before you remove the note. You deftly slice through the stitches, sealing the corpse's mouth, and the jaw sags open. Carefully pull the note from the corpse's mouth. Despite the condition of paper, the writing still appears legible. Okay. Now I'm gonna talk to this one, I believe, is the last one to look at. Meanwhile, the corpse is making the rounds from slab to slab in the room. Her hair is knotted in a long braid, looped around her neck like a noose. Someone has stitched number 1096 on her forehead, and her lips have been stitched closed. Alright, so, before I talk to Doll here, I got a couple things to look at. Journal. Inventory. There we go. Let's see. Receiving logbook. Use book list mortuary procedures and type crab script. All shells entering mortuary are to be delivered to the receiving room and logged with scribe duty before embalming or cremated. Records are to be checked to determine if the shell is one of the contracted, and if so, do not prepare the shell. Move the shell to one of the preparation rooms. Contact the scribe on duty and notify him that a contracted shell is to be raised. Be sure the shell is thoroughly stripped of its possessions before being sent to the preparation rooms. The contracted workers are intended for simple manual labor and do not have the capacity to search and strip a shell. The factory is not responsible for any possessions lost or items stolen by collectors who have brought the shells to the mortuary. Shells possessions are to be stored in the receiving room until an initiate can be sent to claim them. Please catalog all possessions in the logbook. Following this list is thousands of entries of bodies that have been sent to the receiving room. And as you flip through this book, however, you notice the last page has been cut out. Okay. And note. This is a foul-smelling note received from the mouth of one of the mortuary zombies. It looks like it was sewn into the corpse's mouth by accident. Despite its condition, the writing is legible. Please, to whatever dustman reads this, I beg you. I know my legal obligation under the terms of the dead contract, but I am prepared to offer more than my signing fee if you will cremate my body rather than raising it. I have arranged for this note to be left with my body upon my death. If you're reading this, please use this note as instructed and accept the result in exchange for my contracted duty. Let my contract number serve as the key. Looks like the corpse was too late to prevent the raising, but you notice that beneath the writing is a diagram. Looks like the directions for folding the parchment into a strange pattern. So, this is actually one of the first clues to an item. Contract number would be 1201 here. So, use. See, this false milling note has a strange looking diagram inscribed beneath the writing. It's as if the instructions to fold the corners of the note so the points touch each other. There's a series of strange marks in each corner. One mark on the upper right corner, 2 marks on the lower right corner, 3 marks on the lower left corner, and no marks on the upper left corner. So, the number is 1201. So 1 mark on the upper right. Now, 2 marks on the lower right. No marks on the upper left. As you fold the upper left inward to the center, you watch as the upper right unfolds itself, resuming its normal position. Upper right was the one with 1, I believe. Yep. As you fold the upper right corner back to the center, the lower left corner mirrors the action until all the corners touch the center. You watch for a moment and the corners of the paper raise up, turning the note into a small 4-sided paper pyramid. You peel back the sides of the pyramid and the paper disintegrates to dust. Inside a small triangle-shaped earring, it catches the light and gleams brightly. inventory. Triangle earring. You receive a small earring from folding a note in the mouth of one of the walking corpses in the mortuary. It's a beautiful earring, but despite the beauty, all it seems to do is remind you how strange this world you've woken up in is. So, I am going to try and identify. I currently do not have the option. So that can stay in my inventory for the moment. Actually, yeah, I'll leave it in the inventory anyways. Because putting a magic item on where you don't know what it is, not necessarily a good idea. Though, if I remember right, this one is not bad. Let's see, I think I've looked at all the corpses here. Just double check this one just to be sure. Guess I hadn't, but there's nothing interesting with him either. It's hard to tell. This guy looks very old. His skin is wrinkled and a slight trace of yellow like old parchment. Charcoal gray eyes lie within an angular face, and a large white beard flows down the front of his robes like a waterfall. His breathing is ragged and irregular, but even his occasional coughing does not slow in the scratching of his quill pen. "Oh, Chief, what are you doing?" And speak with him. "Look, rattling your bone box with Dusty should be the last thing." Before Morty can finish his rant, the scribe begins coughing violently. After a moment or two, the coughing spell dies down and the scribe's breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. We especially shouldn't be swapping the chat with sick Dusties. Come on, let's leave. The quicker we give this place the laugh, the... Before Morty can finish, the scribe's gray eyes flicker to you. "The weight of years hangs heavy upon me, restless one." He places down his quill. "But I do not yet count deafness among my ailments." "Know you, There's a trace of bitterness in the scribe's voice as he speaks. "I've never known you, restless one. No more than you have known yourself." He is silent for a moment. "For you have forgotten, haven't you? Or have you not?" As always, the question. And the wrong question as always. He bows slightly, but the moment suddenly sends him into a bout of coughing. He pauses for a moment and catches his breath. "I am dull."
Updated my journal.
What do you wish to know? You're in the mortuary, restless one. Again, you have come. Before he can finish, Dahl breaks into a fit of coughing. After a moment, he calms himself, and his breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. "This is a waiting room for those about to depart the shadows of this life. This is where the dead are brought to be interred or cremated. It is our responsibility as dustmen to care for the dead, those who have left this shadow of life and walked the path of true death." Dahl's voice drops in concern. "Your wounds must have exacted a heavy toll if you do not recognize this place. It's almost your home." "Yes, a shadow. You see, restless one, this life is not real. Your life, my life, they are shadows. Flickerings of what life once was. This life is where we end up after we die. And here we remain trapped, caged until we can achieve true death. True death is non-existence, a state devoid of reason, of sensation, of passion. At all costs then gives a ragged breath, a state of purity. Is it worse than remaining in the shadow of what life once was? I think not. Got that. What makes you think this life is real? Look inside yourself. Do you not feel something lacking? Dahl shakes his head. This is purgatory. There is only sorrow here. Misery, torment. These are not the elements that make up life. They are part of the cage that traps us in the shadow. Dahl shakes his head. Passions carry weight. They anchor many to this shadow of life. As long as one clings to emotion, they will be continually reborn into this life. Forever suffering, never knowing the purity of true death. This is where the dead are brought and to be interred. Okay, I already got that one. We dustmen are a faction, a gathering of those of us that recognize the illusion of this life. We await the next life and help others on their journey. Dahl sighs. It is said that there are souls who can never attain the true death. Death has forsaken them, and their names shall never be penned in a dead book. To wake from death as you have done suggests you are one of those souls. Your existence is unacceptable to our faction. Let's understand, your existence is blasphemy to them. Any of our faction would order you cremated if they were aware of your affliction. Because forcing our beliefs upon you is not just. You must give up this shadow of life on your own, not because we force you to. Dahl looks about to break into another coughing jag, but he manages to hold it in with some effort. As long as I remain at my post, I will protect your right to search for your own truth. I am a scrap, a cataloger of all the shells that come to the mortuary. Dahl coughs again and takes a deep breath. As long as the stream of corpses flows to the mortuary, I shall remain at my post.
Updated my journal.
I am the one that catalogs the shells that come to our halls, Restless One. Dahl breaks into a fit of coughing that steadies himself. Only I see the faces of those that lie upon our slabs. The darker resistance lies safe with me. Sigil is our fair city, Restless One. Yes, the wounds that decorate your body, they look as if they would have sent a lesser man along the path of the true death, yet it seems as if many of them have healed already. Dahl coughs violently for a moment, then steadies himself. But those are only the surface wounds.
Updated my journal.
I speak of the wounds of the mind. You have forgotten much, have you not? Mayhap your true wounds run much deeper than the scars that decorate your surface. Dahl coughs again, but that is something only you would know for certain. Dahl snorts in contempt as if he finds the memory repugnant. Your moldy chariot ferried you to the mortuary, Restless One. You would think you were royalty based on the number of loyal subjects that lay stinking and festering upon the cart that carried you.
Updated my journal.
Yes, your body was somewhere in the middle of the heap, sharing its fluids with the rest of the mountain of corpses. Dahl breaks into another violent fit of coughing, finally catching his breath minutes later. Your seneschal, Farood, was, as always, pleased to accept a few moldy coppers to dump the lot of you at the mortuary gate. He is a collector of the dead. Noel draws a ragged breath and continues. We have such people in our city that scavenge the bodies of those that have walked the path of true death and bring them to us so that they may be interred properly. Even if events persist as they have, Restless One, you have a much greater chance of finding Farood finding you and bringing you to us again before you find whatever ooze puddle he walls in this time. A slight warning creeps in Adol's tone. Do not seek out Farood, Restless One. I'm certain that it will simply come full circle again with you none the wiser and Farood a few coppers richer. Accept death, Restless One. Do not perpetuate your circle of misery.
Updated my journal.
Null is silent for the moment. When he finally speaks, he seems to do so reluctantly. I do not know under which gutterstone Farood layers at the moment, but I imagine that he can be found somewhere beyond the mortuary gates in the hive. Perhaps someone there will know where you can find him. There are some I respect, Restless One. Null takes a ragged breath and says to himself, Farood is not one of them. He wears his ill repute like a badge of honor and takes liberties with the possessions of the dead. He is a knight of the post, cross-trading filth of the lowest sort. A knight of the post, Null coughs, a thief. All Farood brings to our walls comes stripped of a little less of their dignity than they possessed in life. Farood takes whatever he may pry off from their stiffening fingers. Null pauses, considering. Most likely, are you missing anything? Especially anything of value. His voice dips as he frowns. Not that Farood would take exception to anything that wasn't physically grafted to your body. Sometimes even then that's not enough to give his greedy mind pause. A journal, if it was of any value, then it's likely lies in Farood's hands. The front gate is the most obvious exit, but they will not let anyone other than Dustman pass. Null breaks into a ragged cough, then continues. One of the guides by the front gate has the key to it, but it's unlikely he'll open it for you unless you're extremely persuasive.
Updated my journal.
I know scant little of you, Restless One. I know a little more of those that have journeyed with you and who now lie in our keeping. Null sighs. I ask that you no longer ask others to join with you, Restless One. Whether you walk's misery. Let your burden be your own.
Updated my journal.
You not know the woman's corpse interred in the memorial hall below? I thought she had traveled with you in the past. It looks like he's about to start coughing again and catches his breath. Am I mistaken? The Northwest Memorial Hall on the floor below us. Check the beers. There, her name should be on one of the memorial plaques. Perhaps that will revive your memory. Doubts there are, but I know not their names nor where they lie. One such you has left a path many have walked and few have survived. Doll gestures around you. All dead come here. Some must have traveled with you once. I am close now to the true death, Restless One. It will not be long before I pass beyond the eternal boundary and find the peace I have been seeking. I tire of this mortal spirit, Dog gives a ragged sigh. The plains hold no more wonders for one such as I. The boundary between the shadow of this life and true death. As you turn to leave, Dahl speaks. Know this, I do not envy you, restless one. To be reborn as you would be a curse that I cannot bear. You must come to terms with it, and at some point your path will return you here. Dahl coughs, the sound rattling in his throat. It is the way of all things, flesh and bone. Okay, so a lot more information, a lot more into the journal. Can review some of that later. Let's see. This will be the next gate. This huge corpse is standing silently in a corner of the room, facing the wall. He looks to have been a heavy-set man in his early years, and judging by the condition of his body, he died only recently. The freshly stitched number on his forehead reads 1664. His corpse looks like it is serving as a librarian, for it is carrying a huge stack of books in his arms. The books appear to be old mortuary ledgers, none of them any particular interest. As you search through the text, however, you notice a loose page folded between two of the books. You're suddenly struck with a feeling that somebody tucked it in there to hide it. The page doesn't look like it belongs with the ledgers. It looks like it belongs in a logbook. The tear is clean as if with a knife, so you suspect the page was removed on purpose. Take a moment to read through the page. It is a list of dead bodies brought to the mortuary and logged in the receiving room. All the entries appear to be recent arrivals. Check inventory. This ragged page looks like it was cut neatly out of a book and is written in a tight crab script. Let's see. Let's go through these quick here. Nothing in the first one. That one came in with some fist irons. I'll probably find those around someplace for a slightly better weapon. Okay, let's get corpse number 2. This section was not thorough enough. Copper earring found lodged in an abdomen. Earring has been locked in southeast preparation room. Okay. And she got a note card here for important things. Let's see. Strange markings. Worker 79. So I need to find the earring. And worker 79. And knife marks, evidence from dissection. I think these are the ones that he's bringing in that they've already seen. As with previous entries, shells, fruit as Brian also shows signs of having been prepared. I have asked that initiate Emmerich launch an investigation into the matter. Furthermore, entry 16542 is one of Farouk's gang. I have seen the individual before. I would ask Emmerich to pay heed on how the man died. Let's see, Tiefling, slash marks. So, as they're kind of suspecting, he may be digging up corpses that have already been brought in and bringing them in for more money. So now, we need to find my way around here. This door's over here. Nothing. Bandages. Barrels contain a murky liquid that smells like a cross between vinegar and formaldehyde. Okay. The corpse. That's pretty much what the... Yeah, there's not necessarily going to be anything of importance here. Is that a bad idea to check them, but... Nothing on that one. Nothing there. It's here. Entrails dumped into that. Okay. As the corpses are set close together and the eyeballs themselves are slightly askew. One face is to the left and the other to the right. You can barely make out the number 257 traced into its bruised forehead. Looks like the corpse has taken several blows to the head, making the number difficult to read. So that's the way forward with that one. Looks this corpse is shuffling lazy back and forth between two slabs. Number 506 have been stitched into his forehead. So I have his neck and its right arm. In fact, the skin of this peeling corpse has been sewn up with so many stitches, its skin looks like a bizarre street map. Stitches circle the corpse, running from his arms across his chest, up his neck, and into the damp mass of white hair. As you follow the crossroad of stitches, you notice someone has jammed a needle into the corpse's forehead. The needle is attached to a thread stitched up the side of the skull. You could probably unravel it if you had something to cut the thread. Slice the thread neatly with the scalpel and then pluck out the needle and pull the stitches out. As you see, the skin covering the forehead peels back to reveal the corpse's chocolate skull. You're surprised the number 78 has been chiseled. Looking for worker 79, but this corpse 985 has stopped dead in its tracks. Judging from the condition of his left leg, looks like some sort of tumor under corpse mold is eating through its knee. The corpse is wobbling and unsteadily back and forth, trying to keep its balance. She is one that I need to talk to. You see a slight woman with pale features. The sunken flesh around her cheeks and neck makes her appear as if she's starving. She seems intent on dissecting the corpse in front of her, prodding the chest with a finger. The woman does not respond. She seems too intent on the body in front of her. As you watch her work, you suddenly notice her hands. Her fingers are talons. They are darting in and out of the corpse's chest cavity like knives removing organs. Some response. I think the dusty chip may be a bit short of hearing, Chief. Let's lay off, shall we?
Updated my journal.
She's a tiefling, Chief. They got female blood in their veins, usually cause some ancestors shared knickers with one demon or another. Make some of them adult in head and adult looking too. The woman jumps and whips around to face you. Her eyes are browning yellow with small orange dots for pupils. As she sees you, her expression changes from surprise to irritation and she frowns on you. She doesn't seem to have heard you. She leans forward, squinting as if she can't quite make you out. Whatever's wrong with her eyes must make her terribly nearsighted. You, she clacks her fingers together and makes a strange motion with her hand. Fine thread and embalming juice. Bring here to Iveen. Go, go, go.
Updated my journal.
So I don't think there's anything else in this room. So that next section is going to be over here. One zombie. Containers. The shambling corpse gazes at you with vacant eyes. Number 821 is carved in his forehead and his lips and his lips closed. The faint smell of formaldehyde emanates from the body. As you address the zombie, it blinks in surprise. Hey, what?
Updated my journal.
The zombie is trying to respond behind stitched lips. He has a peculiar half-frightened, half-angry expression. Who are you? What do you want? There's a way to get certain answers out of him, and then there's the other way. Zombie doesn't seem to have heard you. He looks up at you, looks you up and down for a few moments and frowns. What do you do here? His eyes narrow suspiciously. You spy on Dusty's? He sounded for a moment, then nodded slightly, as if understanding. Why should I help you? This is where any one of these can take me to the information, or not. He seems frightened of you for a moment, then says your bill and a sneer crawls down his face. You try to put me in the dead book? I have friends here. You got nobody. You touch me, your friends will kill you. Looks you up and looks you up and down as if wondering if he can take you, stares at your scars and decides against it. You can escape through portals. Portals is not ways around. You're it. Portals everywhere. Zombie knots. You want out? You go to the arch on first floor, northeast room. You need fingerbone shape of crook. He holds up his index finger and bends it into a crook. When you have key, go to the arch and jump to secret crypt and can escape from there. Secret escape route. He nods eagerly. You can rest there.
Updated my journal.
That's a bit of an obvious answer to the question, considering you're in a mortuary. He's right. Must be one around somewhere, but look in storerooms on upper floor, maybe there. Need good disguise, Mia. Also, good scars. Here were lots of embalming fluid. You make good zombie. The zombie giggles through his stitched lips and taps his head. Dusty's stupid. Yeah, they're the stupid ones. The sarcasm is evidently lost on the zombie who nods eagerly. Stupid Dusty's. Me make good zombie. Who sees your scars? I ask you the same question. Me? It not hurt much. Claps chest. Me tough. I think it was the threatening route that gets me the other bit of information he has. Like I said, there's two paths to this. Faroud, the zombie, frowns briefly in thought. We hear he live in hives somewhere. Shakes head. Not know where, he frowns again. Dusty's very mad they not like Faroud.
Updated my journal.
He's a collector, brings debtors to mortuary, sells them to dustmen, brings lots of debtors. Dusty's not know where he gets debtors. I think he's putting Burks in a dead book. He's saying this Faroud Burke has been selling a lot of debtors, corpses, to dustmen. That's what collectors do. They gather up dead bodies and sell them to dusties. Sounds like this Faroud's been selling so many debtors. Dusties think he's been putting hivers in the dead book before their hour is up. You know, killing people. Do you know some Burke kill you? So somebody robbed you. Probably what happened. Scribe shrugs. Old, yellow. Yeah, I think it was the route that you actually go through and threaten him that gets you the information. This guy, if I remember right, is part of one of the other factions, and he's basically spying for them. But it has been a while, so I can't remember which one. I'd have to look it up. Anyways. Trying to find that. There's the embalming fluid. the stairs quite yet. Here's a locked. Got the key from somebody to get that. I need a key for this one. Okay. Stairs going up.
I'm gone. Pass before head back down. Power. That was locked. I'm going to quick flip that for that. Because this does 1 to 6 damage. Where... Okay, that's my request. Contract the necromancer responsible for raising contract to worker number 42. I know he's having a skeleton before, but I'm certain the initial raising of the body was warped. The worker is still responsible for commands, but when it has completed his task, it resumes pacing the same circular pattern it did before. So, 42. The researcher informed me that Worker 42 exhibited the same walking pattern when it was a zombie decades ago. There may be a soul echo in the marrow, or the skeleton's age may have caused the magic animating him to decay. When the initiate suggested it may be following an order issued by a higher-ranking dustman in the past, but I have found no records of such an order. Whatever the reason for its behavior, the matter is to be resolved or their worker replaced. Since I'm here, I'll take a look at these. Ah. And here's number 79. The corpse's meaty head was clearly severed at some point and hastily sewn back on. Several different sets of stitching, all in various states of unraveling, seem to indicate the head is constantly being knocked back off and reattached during the course of its work. Number 79 has been cut into his temple, described by a fanged circle that appears to have been branded on his forehead. The fanged circle looks like it was braided onto the corpse's forehead long ago, presumably before it died. It might be a religious icon of some sort, or a rite of passage. You note that one of the recesses between the inner fangs has a small triangle within it, as if it had some special significance. Updated my journal.
Of course, makes no reply. It looks like it's too far gone to answer any of your questions. So, earlier there was a note about a copper earring in the southeast preparation room. Now, I believe this is the southwest, so
You go back the other way, but let's take a look at these first. This looks to be a corpse of a well-aged, even aging woman. Aside from embalming fluid stink, the stitches sealing her mouth and the number 679 stitched onto her right cheek. It's likely she looks only slightly different now than she did during her final years. And the skeleton work here. This animated skeleton smells horrible, as if it has only been freshly stripped and prepared. Its jaw and major joints are tightly bound with leather straps, and a rough smock has been thrown over it. The number 1221 has been chiseled into its forehead. Just examine him, rather than making stupid comments. Someone has taken care to bind the bones of the skeleton with leather straps, woven around the body in such a pattern that they resemble muscles and tendons. The straps are secured to metal bolts punched into the skeleton's joints. The skeleton looks like it has seen a great deal of service. Many of its bones are chipped, and its numerous fractures are bound with sealant and foul-smelling glues. I don't see any real reason to pull this one apart. I wonder if this Greybeard wouldn't mind if I borrowed his body. Greybeard, you know, geezer, old fella, yellow dog, old. Or he said he's skeleton from what she said, nah, I need a fresh one than this. And something with a little more dignity. This one's all creaky and fractured. Oh, and you're a sack full of laughs. Pretty clear that you. Besides, you're the one to talk, Burke. Mirrors beg for mercy when you're around. Or he starts. You're not quite sure how he managed it without lungs. I would gladly sit here and insult more to you all day, but I'm not going to. Now what I need for current quest, so I'm going to go back down here and talk to her. Then I'll be heading back up. Oops. Nope, didn't go too far. It's okay. So get her attention.
Updated my journal.
Without missing a beat, Irene snaps the thread from her hands and hooks around one of her talons. Then begins to sew up the corpse's chest. Then she takes the embalming fluid and begins to apply a layer to the corpse. Within a minute, she is finished. She clicks her talons and turns to face you. To your surprise, she extends her hand and drags her talons along your arms and chest. Looks like you have a new friend, Chief. You two need some time together, or... She traces your arms and chest. You suddenly notice she seems to be examining your scars. She withdraws her talons, clicks them twice, and bends forward and examines some of the tattoos on your chest. Who right on you? Hivers do that? No respect for zombies. Zelfie's not paintings. She sniffs and pokes one of your scars. This one in bad shape. Many scars, no preserves. Her talons suddenly hook into the thread you brought her, and lightning-like, she jabs another talon into the skin near one of your scars. It barely feels more than a pinprick, but it looks like she's about to start stitching you up.
Updated my journal.
The sensation is curiously painless as Irene begins to stitch up your scars. When she's done, she sniffs you, frowns, and stabs her fingers into the embalming fluid. Within minutes, she has dabbed your body with the fluid, and strangely enough, it makes you feel better. This may be the second time in my life I'm thankful I don't have a nose. Irene puts the last touch on your body, gives you another sniff, nods, and makes a shooing motion from her talons. Done. Go, go. You may have noticed while that was going on, I actually did gain a hit point. So where is the stats? So I have 21 hit points. It's let's go up the stairs here. To the third floor.
I'm gone.
What's that preparation room? Let's see this preparation room. I think I need to find a key on some of these guys. But actually, I think and go for about hour 20 minutes. I think this is actually going to be a good place to stop for a moment, because there is a fair amount still to do in the mortuary before I can get out of here. So for now, thank you for watching, and these will actually
What's the holdup?
I actually forgot about that. He starts complaining if you stand around too much. Anyways, I'm actually planning on rolling these up on my YouTube channel as well. And I'm not sure how often I'm going to be doing this. Might try to do it once a week, around the same time. Or I might try to do that a few days during the week. We'll see. But I'm going to end off for now, so thank you for watching.